Good morning from Beijing, China's capital city. We just arrived here yesterday and we went to visit the Great Wall, but we haven't been out to explore the city yet, so that's what we're gonna do today. And so far, we're getting a very different atmosphere and vibe to the rest of China that we have visited. The city is chaotic. There is people at every corner and there is security and police on every single corner as well. It feels like we're being monitored constantly. But we're gonna head down this street right behind us, which is Qiming Street, and it's meant to be a really good and popular food street, so we're going to try to pick up some Chinese breakfast.
What do you see?
Intestines.
Oh, lovely.
Not the breakfast I'm after. I don't know what animal the intestines belong to, but they're definitely intestines.
No intestines today.
More intestines. So as we said, we've been to quite a few places in China now, and Beijing is our last stop in our journey here. And just all first opinions, it doesn't feel anything like the other cities that we've been in, like Shanghai, Chengdu, Chongqing, Xi'an. They all had a much calmer, more chilled atmosphere. This is just on another level. I don't know if I'm clicking with it just yet, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions. We'll see how the day goes on and give you a proper opinion later on in the day.
That is something we have already seen a lot this morning. The army soldier presence is much, much larger, and they're patrolling the streets. They're not just standing in one place, they are everywhere. Making me kind of intimidated, not gonna lie.
We had to get the metro this morning into this area from where we're staying, which is a wee bit out, like in the outskirts of the main centre area, I suppose. And even the metro's intimidating. We had to go through like 4 to 5 different security checks.
ID checks.
Bring your passport everywhere. We're getting asked for it constantly, like on every street corner.
Even for buying the tickets, it's not as easy. Like, we're not able to just use the machines like we have in the other places.
Every other city we've been able to buy like a metro 1 or 3 day pass, which is just an unlimited amount of rides you can do, and you can just tap your card in and out. Here in Beijing, they don't seem to have that. It doesn't exist, so you have to buy individual tickets all the time.
And then add the security checks and the ID checks. It's a lot of time.
It takes up a lot of your day, so we feel like our agenda that we had come up with for Beijing over the next couple of days is out the window because we have just been far too ambitious. And even on every corner of the street, there is police doing security checks with bags. You have to queue up and go through like a scanner. They'll look inside your bag, do a full search. And yeah, it's just crazy. Oh, well, this is fun though. On a flip more positive note, there's a lovely, beautiful tram going through the middle of this area, coming down here. Look at this.
A woman trying to get on.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Check this out.
Oh, that's so much fun. And then there's a woman on board giving you a wee talking guide as well. Oh, that's fun.
There is loads of lovely wee red Chinese lanterns on all of the trees the whole way down the street, and I must say it is really, really nice. But I don't actually think we're going to pick up any food now that we're walking around this area. It is clearly a huge tourist hotspot. Like, there was a Madame Tussauds down there, for God's sake. And all of the shops and restaurants have mega queues. And to be honest, I just really can't be bothered waiting for like half an hour to an hour in a queue for a wee bit of food. And I know once we leave this area, we'll probably find somewhere a lot more local, a wee bit more authentically what we're after. And we probably won't have to queue at all for it. So I think that's going to be the plan now. What I will say is that the architecture we have seen so far is wicked.
And so colourful.
Super colourful, and everything's massive. Like, it is so large and impressive. Whenever we went to see the Great Wall yesterday, we were honestly blown away by the sheer scale of it and the size of it. But like everything here in the city is the same. Some of the buildings we have seen have just been so large. Look at this beautiful big colourful archway behind us that is just massive as well.
And then look at this tower on the other side.
Right in front of us, yeah. I don't know if it's like a bell tower or a gate, but like look at the size of this, and it is stunning as well. Like, it really is beautiful, and it is a lovely sunny day today. However, the skies are still like kind of grey and kind of white as well. Yeah, and it's like, again, I don't know if that's down to pollution, if it's maybe just
time of year.
I don't know, but yeah, the buildings are beautiful.
So this street that we're on at the moment is actually quite calm, but it's very different from where we started our morning. We actually tried to go to see the Forbidden City this morning, and we couldn't get in because you actually need to book everything online prior to your visit, and today was completely sold out. There was also a really popular square we wanted to see there, and we couldn't get it in either. But while we were there, it was chaotic. There was people everywhere, security checks, just queues upon queues. So we said we just needed to get out of there, and this is much more my vibe.
Okay, when we were walking along, we've just seen this wee like narrow alleyway looking street, and it looks proper cool. So I think we're gonna go for a wee walk down here. You going?
Yes, we're going.
That's it, that's it. Look at this guy here playing the whistle.
Hello.
Hello. I feel like we're gonna get bombarded here with people trying to make us buy stuff. But yeah, it's proper cute wee looking alleyway. Loads of wee souvenirs, people selling everything. Oh yeah, we shoe models, we clay models, jewellery. Well, even though this place is obviously super touristy, it's actually beautiful, man. Like, look at the roof above. It's just like loads of colourful glass. It's really, really pretty. We have a love-hate relationship with these touristy places because sometimes they are really, really nice to walk around. Other times they're a complete plague where people are just bombarding you to buy stuff. And like a lot of the time the stuff they're selling is just like typical touristy kind of, I don't know, just tacky crap. And we're not into it, but yeah, at other times they're actually quite nice.
Okay, I think we have finally found somewhere to eat, and it looks so cute.
Talk about fast service, we weren't in the place 2 minutes, we had our order in, and I have got my food down already, and I have went for a Hutongs noodle soup, which in very traditional Chinese fashion comes in a massive bowl because the portions here are huge. Ashleen's went for a fried rice egg noodle with shredded pork as well. So it's still to come down, but this is a good start. Full of veg, full of greens too. Whoa, and it's mega hot that. With good flavours, lovely veggie style broth. Hutongs are something that I have become a big fan of since coming to China as well. These are lovely wee small ones. I believe these ones are stuffed with pork.
If you had told me about a year ago that I was going to enjoy Hutongs and actually be stealing some of these from Owen's plate right now, I wouldn't believe you at all. But they look so good. Hot.
I told you, I warned you. Shit.
Oh wow, they're really good.
And
Look at that. Yes. In Beijing here, they seem to have like a different style of a noodle, but I was just looking at literally right this with loads of cabbage, or thin noodle, some carrots. I don't know if that's pork or chicken. Pork. It is pork. Very good.
Oh, I can see you being super happy with that. That's a full like Thai noodle.
That is exactly something you would get over in Southeast Asia, and I am here for it.
We have full bellies now. Our food was delicious, but we've made our way out of that area now, and we're going to head to the metro station to go to one of the other locations in the city we want to check out. Everywhere here is quite far and spread out, so it's not very walkable, and we're going to try to show you the metro because it's just crazy in itself, and the amount of security and different things you have to go through, so it's going to be a pretty lengthy operation.
A good old water check. Every time we go through the metro in this past couple of cities, they have a very strange way and unique way to test that the water is water. Here, you have to drink it. Ticket machines.
Can I pay cash? Yes, 2. Thank you. Bye-bye. I don't know whether this just isn't that busy of a metro station, but the security wasn't too bad there. We've seen a couple of army military looking dudes on the entrance and the way in, a few more on the inside, went through the typical security scanners whenever we were coming like into the actual station.
The man that actually got us to buy our tickets was really nice.
Lovely, a lovely bloke, yeah. So this is a much more positive experience than we had this morning. Right, where are we going now?
And I don't know if you have seen our first video when we got to China, but we give a full run through of some of the apps that we're using, and the one that we're using for the metros is Metroman, and it is so easy. It tells you what lines, what changes you need to take, how long you're on each line, and everything is just so clear. So if you're coming to China, definitely make sure to get this one and make your life much easier. we have made it to our next stop of the day, which is the Lama Temple. Here in Beijing there are so many temples to choose between, but this is up there with one of the most popular. Okay, so we actually thought that this temple was free, but when we've got up it is 25 yuan each, so it's still not that expensive.
So as Aisling said, the name of this temple is the Lama Temple, but it's also known as the Yonghe Lamastery. And it's actually a Tibetan Buddhist monastery and temple right here in the heart of Beijing, and one of the largest Tibetan Buddhist monasteries anywhere in China. And from walking down towards it here, it looks stunning so far. There's this beautiful big green lush walkway the whole way towards the temple. I can see loads of smoke, loads of incense burning, and it is a beautiful, beautiful red colour.
There's so many birds flying around everywhere with the trees. Doesn't feel like you've just come from busy Beijing when you're in here. So I was looking around and I could see that everybody had some incense, so I thought maybe they're giving out some complimentary incense, because sometimes that happens at temples, and on your way in you get a full bundle of incense, one of these per person, and the idea is that you only actually light 3 incense per person, so look at all of these other ones that we can take home. Amazing. I am so glad that we have come here, because I'm not gonna lie, this morning the city was really starting to get to me. Everything was very chaotic, there was just so many checks and I was getting very overwhelmed, and this is exactly what I needed. The surrounding grounds here are just beautiful. The colours in the temples, it's like a duller red compared to the other Chinese temples that we have visited here in China. There's trees everywhere, and then you have the contrast of the blue in all of the designs, and it is just such a peaceful place. Now we have made our way out of the temple and we have crossed across the street to one of the many, many hutongs here that you can find in Beijing. And a hutong is basically just an alleyway filled with residencies. There's houses lined both sides of the streets, and hutongs can only be found here in China. They are local houses, but now they have like a modern twist that you also have like cafes, restaurants, boutiques, and they are a place to come and just walk around, take some pictures and get lost, and that's exactly what we're gonna do.
Yeah, one beef please. Okay, bye-bye. Right, we're getting a wee bit package, so I've picked myself up a beef patty, which is this lovely wee bit of pastry stuffed with beef. We've seen these quite a bit this morning. I haven't seen them in other parts of China, but they do look quite similar to some other things we have tried, like the Chinese burger and so on. But it looks lovely with a crispy shell. Wow. I believe it's also got like cabbage. Loads of really good spices. The beef's fantastic, and most importantly, it's fresh. I've literally just watched him make them there. He's slapping away at the pastry, filling them as we were standing there, and that is great. So all day when we've been walking around here, there's been loads of white looking, like cotton nearly bits floating in the air. I don't know if you can actually see it at the moment, but they have been everywhere since we have come to Beijing, and we really didn't know what it was. And I was starting to think, was it like some sort of like pollution in the air, or what was it? And then I gave it a Google, and we think it is some part of the trees. There's a very specific type of tree that grows here that this like kind of white cottony stuff blows off, and it's literally everywhere in the air. And now that I know what it is, it's kind of like a weird magical kind of Disney Christmas wintry feeling, whereas before it was a wee bit like, don't know what it is, don't know if I want to breathe it in, I don't know if I want to cover my mouth, but it's actually lovely now that we're walking around. It just makes the place feel a wee bit more magical.
And we have walked in the direction of the bell tower, which is right behind me here, and the hutongs were so nice on the walk here. But now that we've got here, this seems to be like a wee activity park that we're in right now.
It's lovely. There's loads of elderly people and then loads of kids out playing different games, with people over behind us here playing foot badminton, which is a game we discovered in Vietnam
that Owen's obsessed with.
I love it. We actually bought one of the wee things to play with. Okay, I take one. What? Okay. Bought one of these of foot badminton in Vietnam about a year ago, but mine's destroyed, so I'm gonna get another one. Yeah, I take pink.
Very nice.
Okay, I take one.
Technology.
Yes.
10.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Share, share.
Have a nice day.
You too.
That's hilarious. So yeah, as I was saying, we were playing this in Vietnam. It very quickly became one of my favourite games. We brought it to the beach, loads of different countries throughout Southeast Asia, and mine is currently mangled, like it's really, really badly broken. These guys started playing with me on the street there, and we were just having a kick around. I didn't realise they were selling them. I thought they were just playing. Turns out they were selling them. Good way to get me in because it worked. I bought one of them. It was only 10 yuan, but I am very happy with that as my takeaway from China. A nice wee souvenir, a game I'm going to play, and our next country we're going to might even have a beach I can play loads on. You know what, like I feel like whenever we first started like our day in this video, we had a bit of a thing against Beijing. We weren't starting out in the best of fun.
But we were trying not to judge it.
As the day has gone on, the place is really growing on me, and there's a lot of really beautiful areas throughout the city. Apart from the man over here that's shouting down the phone because for some reason Chinese people scream on the phone.
Like, we're not joking, scream.
I'm also going to show you these cars, right? We have never seen these anywhere. They are like a bike slash trike slash car. So these wee things here are tiny wee squashed up car-like things that have 3 wheels. So one in the front, 2 in the back. They look like they can hold probably about 3 or 4 people, and we have seen so many of them driving around the day. I haven't seen them in any other country, and I don't really know what to call them. They are pretty unique, they are pretty cool, and some of them are pimped out. They look like they should be part of the military or something. Some of them have big like grills in the front of them, a wee spoiler in the back, big heavy duty off-road tires. So they are pretty cool. And I don't know if you can see as well, but up here we've got loads of cameras on the street posts, and literally every single lamppost, every corner, every street is covered in cameras. There is cameras just everywhere, like you are being watched.
In some
intense.
places they do try to make them a little bit more discreet, hidden
They
in
do,
trees and stuff like
yeah.
that, but literally cameras everywhere.
Like even some of the signs here are just saying like video recording and stuff.
You're well aware
and
of it.
Yeah, you're well aware of it, but it's just, I don't know how I feel about it. You're fully being monitored absolutely everywhere around the city, and even the fact you get all the ID checks done everywhere, that you go through all the security.
People know where you are at all times and
Yeah.
where you have been, and
You are being tracked. But wait, you see, look, this park here in front of us is packed with people as well. So we've left the bell tower and we're over to the drum tower now in the city, and there's so much going on here. Again, a lot of games, and it is really beautiful. Wait do you see, there's so much happening.
oh, we got people playing music and everything. I think they're playing a bit of dodgeball here. That's more my type of game. Owen's much better at the foot badminton than I am. I use my hands, so a bit of dodgeball is definitely more my field. We've got badminton down here, more foot badminton.
Good vibes all around.
Oh look, and then all the kids over here are painting on the ground. We've seen this before where they have like what looks like a big like brush or a mop, and on the end it looks like a paintbrush, and they use water and write different things in the ground. Now I don't know what they're writing, but it looks so cool.
Looks like we have a couple of weddings going on. We have a few big wedding dresses just out in the middle of the street here.
There's one here, there's another one over here. I think they're all waiting to get a picture with a sign.
Yeah. Cross over.
Yeah, let's go. It is busy out here.
I was gonna say it's busy in this part that we're at.
And we're back in the streets.
We've been trying to make our way over to the Jingshan Park, which is where you're meant to get a beautiful view out over the Forbidden City. And we were hoping to get there before it got dark, but I think the daylight has beat us. It's starting to get pretty dusky now, and we still have a bit of a walk to go.
So there seems to be a theme here in Beijing, and that is that you pay into absolutely everything. We have just made it to the park, and entrance tickets are only 10, so it's not too much, but it's still another thing. But let's go. It is open until 9, however, so I don't know how much we're going to see. I'm mainly just here to get that view over the Forbidden City, and I'm really hoping that it lights up come nighttime because, as you can see, it's getting pretty dark.
We've just made it up to the viewing point where you can see out over the Forbidden City, and of course, very typical, there is no lights on in it. It is completely in darkness. We did know that it closed around 6 p.m. or maybe 5:30, but we assumed that come the evening time there would be lights, it would be lit up a wee bit. but not at all. Like, it is just dark. That's a wee bit disappointing because we did really want to see kind of it glowing and lighting up. Bit of a bummer that. The park itself is lovely though, like the trees, the plants, the flowers all the way around the place. It's really well like maintained as well, and it's a really nice peaceful place to come and have a wee walk. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that we can't see out over the city. I nearly wish we had to come during the day because obviously we couldn't get into the city because we told you earlier we didn't get tickets in time, and now we can't even see over the top of it, so it's one of them things, unfortunately. I feel like coming to Beijing, you have to be so prepared and having things booked and reserved in advance, and we just haven't been as prepared as we thought we needed to be. So if you're watching this and you are coming to Beijing, just take note, be prepared, book everything in advance before you come, and especially if you're only here for a short period of time. We're only here for 3 days, and everything we want to do is completely booked out over the next 3 days. We're here over the weekend as well, which I suppose hasn't helped things because it's a busier location at that time. Loads more people are coming to the city, so yeah, be prepared. Right, we're going to leave it here, and that's our first day in Beijing, over and out.
Our first impressions of the city definitely started out a little bit rocky. They weren't the best, but
No.
thankfully as the day has went on, we went on a nice little incline.
The city has slowly grown on us, but to be honest with you, it's still probably our least favourite place here in China, and we've been to quite a few different locations.
It might be an unpopular opinion, but
Yeah.
it's what we feel, and like maybe we just haven't clicked with the city. That happens
Who
when you're
knows?
travelling. Maybe we haven't went to the right places.
If you've been to Beijing before, let us know what you thought of it down in the comments below. And we are here for one more day, so tomorrow we're giving China's capital city another chance.